Nikola Tesla's ionized air electrical generator. Tesla also designed a device for picking up energy from the air. As far as I am aware, it was never patented and I have never seen a specification of its output. Perhaps it was one of Tesla's failures, but personally, I doubt that. It might make a very interesting experiment, so see what level of output can be achieved using it. The construction is shown here. Output: electromagnet coil, magnetic field core, rectangular housing possibly porcelain, air, oscillator, magnetic field core, direct current supply. It is essentially a rectangular cylinder which contains two spherical electrodes like a Wimshurst machine. The cylinder is positioned vertically, so that when the electrodes are powered up with high voltage to create spark discharges, the air inside the cylinder is heated, which causes it to rise up the cylinder. The heated air is ionized, so a magnetic field generated by a surrounding electromagnet causes the charged ions to move to opposite sides of the cylinder. Electrode plates positioned inside the cylinder provide an electrical path for the excess positive and negative charges to flow together through the load, lighting, heating or motor circuits typically. On the surface, this system would appear to be less than 100% efficient, in that the amount of power applied to the device to make it operate should be less than the amount of power drawn from it to drive useful loads. I am not sure that this is necessarily so. Firstly, the air already contains charged ions before this device starts to generate more. These naturally occurring ions gain in number when a thunderstorm is likely, even to the extent of giving many people a headache by their presence. These naturally occurring ions will be picked up by this device, and without any input power needed to create them, they are capable of providing output power. Also, the whole Earth is immersed in the zero-point energy field. This is seething energy at the quantum level whose effects can be seen even at absolute zero. This field is made of small random effects which makes it hard to obtain useful energy directly from it. The field needs to be structured before energy can be drawn from it. One way to do this is to align the field with an event which causes coherent waves of energy to radiate outwards as a radiant energy wave, something like the ripples caused on the surface of a pond of still water when a large stone is dropped vertically into the water. The ripple waves move outwards from the event until they reach the bank of the pond. If there was a generator attached to a float in the pond, it would be possible to pick up some energy from the ripples. The same can be done with radiant energy waves if you can create them and know how to pick up energy from them. Radiant energy waves can be formed by very short, sharp unidirectional electrical pulses. Pulses less than 1/100th of a second are suitable for this. One way of creating pulses of that type is using a spark gap. In Tesla's device shown above, sparks are generated continuously. These sparks will generate radiant energy waves radiating out at right angles to the spark. Without a doubt, the vertical cylinder will have a mass of radiant energy shooting up it when it is being operated. This is in addition to the air ions which are being picked up. The only question is whether or not the electrode plate arrangement shown is capable of picking up any of this excess energy. Considering the metallic pickup device used by Edwin Gray to capture radiant energy as described below, it seems highly likely that some of that additional energy is, in fact, picked up and used to power the loads. It should be noted that Tesla's device shown above will generate ultraviolet radiation in the same way as any MIG or stick welder does, so care should be exercised to avoid looking at the arc or allowing the UV to shine on your skin, even if the skin is covered by clothing. You can get serious sunburn through thin clothing if it is subjected to strong UV radiation. Also, radio interference is likely to be generated by the arc, so screening should be provided during any tests. Warning: Tesla accidentally discovered that electric spark discharges in air, ignite and burn atmospheric oxygen and nitrogen, producing 12 million volt waves. The oxygen and nitrogen, both below atomic number 19, are thereby transmuted into alpha and beta charges, stripped helium nuclei with +2 charge each, and electrons with -1 charges each, by the powerful radiation produced, having a voltage potential of 12 megaelectron volts. This is almost 3 times the MeV level of gamma radiation emitted by radium. It may well be the reason why Tesla did not publicize the device shown above, and should you decide to experiment with it, please be aware of the potential hazard of this radiation. A variation on the above device of Tesla's is given in the book Physical Chemistry by E. A. Moelwyn Hughes, Pergamon Press, Oxford 1965, page 224. Rutherford and Geiger determined the fact that radium puts out alpha particles at the rate of 34 billion per second, each having 2 units of positive charge at 4.5 million electron volts. This is a staggering amount of energy which ionizes the air inside the housing and produces enough power to be capable of replacing the entire Four Corners power complex indefinitely. 1 gram radium. Lead housing. Rectangular housing, possibly porcelain. Magnetic field core. Electromagnet coil. The variation of Tesla's device shown above supports the lead container with its gram of radium on a strap across the bottom of the housing. The radiation ionizes the air and the magnetic field separates the charges and directs them to opposite sides of the housing, to be collected and used via the electrode plates. There does not appear to be any reason why strong permanent magnets should not be used instead of the DC electromagnet shown.